What up, guys? CJ, I'm here with Mike and Richard of Royal Zealots. Man, we're going to get into another episode of Superhero Sundays. Before we do, like always, what do? Stop, go watch these shows. We're going to talk about, and movies, we're going to talk about. And when you come back and join us, make sure you like and subscribe because any and all support is greatly appreciated. Helps us impact the community. What's a community? Community by honoring real life heroes. Such as those that work in the medical field, man. So with all that being said, today I got Captain America, yo. What you guys got? Thanos. All right, cheers. Let's go ahead and dive into some fun topics, man. And speaking of fun, I had a blast this past weekend, man. With our first official event, we saw Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We rented out our own theater at AMC in Long Beach. I like that location, bro. I kind of like that location, even though it was kind of far, but it was like the theater was nice, the seats were nice. You're right next to the beach. Disneyland's not too far away. I might want to choose that again for the next event. What do you guys think? Bad location, or you want somewhere else?
Fine with me. I don't care.
What you think, Rich?
I mean, like you said, those seats were pretty comfy. It just wasn't chairs, people. It was recliners.
Yes, man. It was.
I did like sitting in the back though. That was pretty dope though.
Right? It had a little box, like your own little box.
Yeah. That little box area was dope.
That in the back.
Yeah. So I think for July for Thor: Love and Thunder, we'll pick that location again. So we got to make sure we get tickets on time. But thanks for all the people that came out, all the cosplayers. We want more cosplayers next time because it was a lot of fun, a lot of pictures, a lot of people that were honored that got to stand up. Some of the medical workers were there. So it's a lot of fun, you guys. So those events are going to be for people who follow us on Instagram and our YouTube channel. Exclusively for those people who follow us. So make sure you follow because you get to be at those events with us. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Any thoughts? I'll go. What you got?
Don't forget to watch the video.
Don't forget to watch. Yeah, we have the a video on YouTube for the event. A lot of takes. People who love the movie, people who disliked the movie, thought it was mid, but it was still a lot of fun, man. You see all the pictures and the cosplayers. Yeah, it was a lot of great. What do you want to say, Rich? You have something you want to say?
And when Thor comes out, that will be around our birthday, CJ.
Birthday month, yes.
So we're going to have a Thor-themed birthday for us.
Yeah, man. You know what's going to suck is that Loki won't be able to go. My wife won't be able to go because
not going.
My mother-in-law, our babysitter, my mother-in-law, she's going to go to the Philippines. And so Loki's going to be home. There's nobody to watch the kids. And so, yeah, it's gonna suck. But, there'll be other times for us to go have more events. We're going to do more of this. This is just the first one. July will be the second one. We're going to do more and more, man. So
unless she's at Disneyland or something.
I know we sent her off to Disneyland with the kids. I don't know. We'll see. We'll probably plan something. But as far as her being in theater, our daughter will not tolerate that. She'll be too crazy in theaters. I was looking at the schedule. It's July is Thor. October is Black Adam, and then November is Black Panther, and then December is Shazam. So
I don't want to go see Shazam.
You don't see. So I know for sure Thor and Black Adam is going to be pretty big for October. There'll be two events, and it's kind of separated, so we plan ahead and have money to save up to do that. But that next month, in November, will be Black Panther. So it's like, are we going to do it back to back? We'll see.
That Black Panther is going to be so highly anticipated, man, because everyone's just wondering how they're going to do that.
A different kind of anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad. It's kind of unfortunate about what happened, but yeah, people want to look forward to see what they're going to do, how they're going to move forward with that franchise. I'm looking forward to that too. So that must be.
I'm sure there's going to be a teary moment.
Oh God!
Yeah.
That's what Disney does. They rip your freaking hearts out.
You tug your strings, and they put their tug at you, man. And Yeah, man. So I think that's going to be a must event to throw. But yeah, so speaking of, all these anticipations and things going on with Disney and Marvel, Phase 4 is popping, man. I feel like it's getting better and better and better. At first, it got a little shaky. Like Eternals was bombing. Shang-Chi was kind of like, it was cool, it was all right. Some of the shows were like kind of mid with What If, but it started picking up. Spider-Man No Way Home kind of, said, hey, let's get this thing rolling. And it's been going forward ever since then with Spider-Man. Then it was after that with Moon Knight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
With the next big content after that. And then Doctor Strange has dropped. So yeah, it's getting better and better, man. And Thor's gonna be next. So actually, what's next is actually Wanda, Miss Marvel. That's gonna be next. So I hope they keep the momentum going. What do you think, Richard? You think it's gonna die out Miss Marvel?
Mike's eyes just said it all. Miss Marvel. I mean, look, they want to give the kids something. This is what it's going to be.
Disney love the kids.
Us adults or somewhat adults are going to be like, okay, we're going to watch it because we're going to need to see how it ties in later down the line.
Yeah,
with the future of MCU. So yeah,
that's a big thing though, because with Marvel, what I've been noticing is that usually the characters that you don't expect to have a big role in what the franchise are going to do, they come through. Like Ant-Man, everyone's like, who wants to see Ant-Man and blah blah blah. He had a big role with everything that led up to Endgame and Infinity Wars. Right, Mike? Am I tripping, or what do you think?
No, I was one of those people that said, who wants to see Ant-Man? Why would Ant-Man be a good movie? That just makes no sense. Even when you showed like the leaked trailer from Comic-Con of him running on the gun thing, I was like, but then it was just like Guardians of the Galaxy because of low expectations. They came out and just knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So I wonder, Wanda, I keep calling it WandaVision. I wonder if Miss Marvel is going to be like a big key player.
I mean, probably going to be a key player, but it's not going to be any good.
Dang.
I think it's just one of those that even though with the low expectations, it's not gonna even cover the spread.
Oh man, poor Miss Marvel. I mean, it's all about writing. If they write it very well, and
no, it's all about execution.
Yeah,
you can have a great playbook, but if you don't execute that playbook, it's gonna be a bad game.
Yeah, if people don't buy into that character and the way she portrays it, comes across the screen, they're gonna be like, nah, man, I'm feeling it.
Ask the 2002 Raiders.
Oh, Mike's heart. Oh, got him. Oh man,
it's true. We had a terrible coach come in and ride the coattails of previous seasons and just didn't execute.
Yeah. And I think you said something along the lines of, if everyone around her is great and they keep things moving, it can work. But if she just doesn't pull it off and everything else around her is like mid-level, it's going to be disappointing. And if that's the case, and she's like the main kind of person and this phase 4 is going to push things along, I don't know, man. It wouldn't be good for phase 4.
Do you guys have any predictions now for it of like someone who's going to be the saving grace of that show? Whether it be Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or...
I mean, I hate Captain Marvel to begin with, so she's not going to be the show.
But they're going to feature her at one point, right? Because
it's going to be terrible.
She's a Captain Marvel fan.
Yeah. Which city does this take place in? Is it in? It's not in. Is it in America, or is it like outside of?
No, it's in the United States.
Okay, but she's just a different race and has her own community that she.
She's Pakistani.
Yeah, but it's in the United States. But what city is it? Is that in New York or something, or?
It's in the big city. I know that.
So I mean, if it's in a big city, like, could someone like say if it's in
I'm not
New
even
York?
gonna look it up. I'm not even gonna look it up 'cause I don't care. I don't care.
If it's in New York, I mean, you have big hitters over there. You have, Spider-Man, Daredevil, people like that. It's like cameos, man.
Even that, I don't think it's gonna save this show.
Again,
If you think about it, let's say, okay, let's throw this hypothetical question. They bring in who? Daredevil? That's a hard R shot type show. What is he
Yeah.
doing in that show? Who are they gonna bring? Punisher? No.
oh God,
not,
no.
not a rated PG show. Yeah, you're right.
So who are they gonna bring? Spider-Man?
He's a kid. They could, but it's like
No,
he's
no.
not really known right now. He's got no one knows who he is anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not gonna bring. So who are they gonna bring? Who? Tell me. Who? Moon Knight? No.
Nah.
Falcon
Yeah, you're right.
Soldier? I can probably see that. Maybe
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. He's out. He's out
of the world.
Our
In
world.
space.
The only
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that they're gonna start doing like the Secret Wars tie-in, but who knows? Who knows? It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, man. I mean, so since you talk about Phase 4 and some of the shows, it's kind of like
actually, I know who's going to be the saving grace of that show. Sorry,
what you got, man?
Mandalorian. Come on.
Mando's going to cross over the multiverse.
When in doubt, Mando.
Bring in Mando to save everything, man. And that's pretty bad, bro. I hope, like I said, that's not the case. I hope that she can hold it up and do her own thing. And it's a okay show or a surprisingly good show where we have to admit that we were wrong and Miss Marvel came through.
Can you imagine if they use somebody like the X-Men or the Inhumans to come in to Miss Marvel?
That would be like Richard's trying to say, like, they can bring in somebody that can make the show like, okay, like now you have to watch it. Like everyone's like ignoring the show and they're like, Daredevil was in it. It's like, oh, okay, let me go check out and see what the show was about.
I don't think that's the case. I think they're just gonna watch that episode.
Just that one, then click off. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Switch it to something else.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I really am interested to see. I want to watch this to see what is going to happen. Like, are we wrong? Is it actually a good show? I just really want to see. Like, I'm anticipating that.
Nothing against the character. I think it's great that they're bringing in a Pakistani character. I just, from what I've seen from the show, the trailer, and then the stuff that we read about it, how they didn't like her acting. She was really subpar, a lot of reshoots. All that stuff is really telling me this show is not going to be very good. Yeah. They're executing very well. So it has nothing to do with the character itself. I actually think it's awesome that they brought in the first Pakistani character, the first Middle Eastern character, and all that stuff. And I really love the documentary that they did, the background of this character, how it was made. I thought that was great. So it's nothing against the character herself. It's just the execution of the show, like the stuff that we're hearing, the trailer, like everything, just all hitting notes that I don't like. And that's okay for me not to like it. So don't think I'm just hating on this character because it's riding on the coattails of a movie that I dislike.
We'll see, man. I mean, speaking of stuff that we do like I said, Doctor Strange dropped, and then I liked it a lot, man. As I'm thinking about it more and more every day, I gotta say, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 5 out of 10. It was really good. I like the horror theme to it, but overall, yeah, it's not one of the top movies. There's still other things out there that are kind of, really hitting. I really love Spider-Man No Way Home. Maybe some things from Phase 1 through 3 are better than it, but it was really, really good, man. I don't know, Richard, man, what do you think about Multiverse of Madness? Like,
okay, so I too gave it like a solid 8. Thought it was pretty solid movie. It stood its ground. It had a lot of good things, for it to move with. Some other things were not. I was like, okay, that's not bad. The whole point is that this movie didn't wow me. It didn't wow me. I was entertained. Yes.
Yeah.
I was glued to the screen. Yes. Was I surprised on some of the actors who portrayed some of the characters on there? Yes, I was surprised. Not sure if I really liked it too much. For spoiler, John Krasinski as Mr. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he has
Mr. Fantastic.
What happened?
Mr. Fantastic.
What I say?
Mr. Incredible.
My bad. Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, so at first I was really surprised, and then I really thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I like him as that. He doesn't. I see him as more of like an action star, I guess. And I know that he made his name known from The Office, where he's kind of a goofy dude. But he's moved on from that, and I don't see him as that goofy dude from The Office. So it's just kind of hard for me to think of that. I don't know. Just
him as Reed Richards. What do you think, Mike? Did you like John as Reed Richards?
He was a fan cast for the longest time on Reddit of the perfect person to play Reed Richards. I think he looked a good part for that specific Reed Richards, one that's been around for a while and is ahead of the Illuminati, hence the beard and very seasoned look.
Mm-hmm.
And seemed to lead a lot of the conversations, seemed to be the first one to stand in front of Wanda, when he came through and try to talk to her like somebody looking for a political way out rather than fighting first.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he kind of looked the part. To me, it looked like they kind of made him a little too skinny, if you ask me. Maybe because of him being, kind of like rubbery plastic, so they made him a little slender. But I think he did okay. Like, he was a fan cast for a very long time, and I like the cast. I don't know. When I watched the movie the first time, the dialogue really fit the character. But I think maybe the way he delivered it didn't fit very as good. It did good, but I guess it just didn't. The delivery of the lines were not as Reed Richards like for me.
I think, to be fair, I mean, he didn't have that much screen time, honestly, to really be like.
None of them really.
Yeah, Wanda came through, was like, bruh, everybody just get out of my way. But I feel like if you give him a chance, I think that's the thing. We need to give him a chance. Give him a chance to show, like, is he the person for this role? Is he the right choice? We won't get that until we get a full movie where they dive deep into his character, him not being, Mr. Fantastic, him just being Reed Richards. Maybe he can come through with that portrayal and you get connection to him, and then he'll grow on you. But for him being in, that fight with Wanda, it was like, bro, he had no time to really show who he really was. Like Mike said, he stepped up first and was like, Wanda, you need to stop what you're doing. And that was it. He got unraveled, head popped, and then it was done. So I don't know. I'll defend him and say, let's give him a little chance, give him some more lines, more screen time, and then we can do a good judgment of, hey man, you delivered it, or hey man, we need a new cast. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Is there any information? Did it break that he is officially going to stay as Mr. Fantastic for the rest of the movies?
Am I going to give my rating of the movie?
Oh, my bad. I just have all these questions, man. I have all these questions.
You guys already know what I'm going to say, so you
took over the show, man. Sorry, but
no, that's enough.
Give your ratings, and I'll get back to Richard's question.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
What you got?
I gave it. I like how everybody's drinking water when I'm talking. It's like,
what you got to say, bro?
I'm always drinking water.
Water. 7 to 7 out of 7.5 at most. It was, I think, what I tell people when they ask me, oh, I'm gonna go see it, this weekend or whatever. I tell them, don't get caught up in the hype. Not just because the movie didn't live up to the hype, but for anything, don't get caught up to the hype, because a lot of times people talk, so much about the movie and so on and so forth, that you develop these high expectations for something that's, it would be better if the expectations were so high, I guess. I think that's the issue with Doctor Strange, is that the hype was so much, and it's not even anybody's fault. It's Marvel's fault for hyping it and giving away like so many things about the movie, constantly throwing it in your face, blah blah blah. It's sure, marketing. It made people want to go see it, but when I watch this and when I'm talking to people, I don't think it's gonna make Spider-Man money. I think it's going to be maybe 300, 400, maybe at the most $500 million, but not come close to $1 billion like I originally thought, that this movie was going to, blow away Spider-Man or be Spider-Man money. But the movie was definitely 7 out of 5 at most for me, because it had potential. It had potential, had the elements perfectly for it, but I think the route that they decided to go with was just, a lot of things just felt out of place for me. I don't know. I don't know what it was. And nothing against Sam Raimi, because I love Evil Dead, the original movie. I love all his other type of movies, but it's just, I think this brings up a good thing, like when we talked about James Gunn doing a Justice League movie. Normally known for what, comedy, blah blah blah, this and that. Could he come in and make something different? And Sam Raimi is a horror movie type guy who has lived his life that way and made great movies like Evil Dead, and then comes into a Marvel movie and changes the whole aspect of how you see a Marvel movie, which is great, because that's how you go and progress and keep the things fresh, so people don't get stagnant and feel oversaturated by these same type of tropes that they go with for Marvel movies. So he did a great job of going outside the box, and I enjoyed it, including the Bruce Campbell cameo. That was great. I loved it. But I think him leading the charge for this type of movie, if he did a movie like this for, let's say, not so popular movie, I think it would have done a lot better.
Like a different character. You're saying like an unpopular character.
Like not so popular character, but with Doctor Strange and throwing the multiverse and all this stuff, that it's going to change everything. It's going to be the cornerstone of a movie that's going to push everything forward, or collide things like, incursions and stuff like that, and people running around trying to figure out all the different Easter eggs, or what is Marvel planning on doing next? Are they going to do Secret Wars? Are they going to do God Doom? They're going to do all these incursions. They're going to do all these different things, because that's what this is what the movie was supposed to do, was to get people excited for what's coming next. And I just think that this movie was not destroyed, but it was knocked down a peg because of the hype, and it didn't deliver. It finished the race in the top 3 of phase 4. But definitely. It was supposed to come out as number 1.
I we said the hype was really, the hype train got to it, and it's also come off the backs of Spider-Man No Way Home, how hyped that was and actually delivered. People kind of felt the same way, like this is really hype, so they thought, what, if you deliver on this, like, oh my gosh, like Tom Cruise is going to be, oh my gosh, like all these variants, like people were like, dude, this is going to be another Spider-Man No Way Home hype movie. and it was hyped like that, but we were completely wrong. There was no Tom Cruise. There was no all these other crazy theories, things people were throwing out there. It was just a good movie. And so people wanted to be like an amazing, great movie, and it didn't reach that level. But for Marvel, it's a good movie. And so,
if this was a DC movie, this would have been top 2.
Best DC movie ever. Yeah, like it's Marvel, so that's the thing. To the standards for Marvel are different for DC, man. And it's a good movie. I really liked it. I would like to see it again when it comes out. I'm going to buy it. But as far as comparing it to Phase 1 through 3, there's other movies that are better than it. And even Spider-Man: No Way Home is better than it, man.
But I will say that it was nice to see them trying to bring in those franchises.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to wait a lot longer to see a Fantastic Four, even notion of, but they already casted somebody. Yeah, it was like, not only that, but they're bringing back Inhumans, the same actor that they played as the show, which I, myself, when they said they put the first 2 episodes in IMAX, I was there. I was going to go see it. And there was like only 15 of us in the movie theater.
That's crazy.
I watched it, and I was let down like everybody else, but I was there because Inhumans is I love the characters. I love Black Bolt. And I like how they're trying to his redemption arc to bring him back to as a really strong character. And they did it, but then it's funny because they brought him back and they made him really, awesome. Like he killed the 838 Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Right. But then they murder him. Right. So it's like they brought him back, but then they took him away.
Yeah. That kind of leads up to Richard's question too, is like, are these characters going to be back? Like we asked about John for Reed Richards. And from what I hear, shout out to Everything Always, that guy, I think his name is Michael. I forgot his real name. But that channel I watch, he has a lot of breaking news for Marvel. And he said, for his insiders, they say that, he is going to be back for Reed Richards in the future for Fantastic Four. And potentially he could direct the movie too. But that part is not clear. But because he does have experience with directing movies and acting in them. So, and he even said he wants to direct a Marvel movie, if you watch some of his interviews. So that'll be crazy. I wouldn't want him to direct it. I mean, I don't know, if he comes through with that and he does great, okay, kudos to you. You're probably one of the best people in Marvel to actually act and direct a movie. But I would want somebody else to direct the movie. But him as Reed Richards, like I said, I want to give him a chance. I want to see how he does with Reed, how he portrays his character on the big screen. I want to see it. I want to give him a chance. But from insider sources, he is going to come back for Fantastic Four. As far as the others, I have no idea. I don't know anything about.
I really doubt that Disney would bring out these actors to play these characters and then completely go 180 somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be. Usually when you get signed on to Marvel, you get signed on for multiple movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they want to develop a relationship with you. Yeah,
I do love that. This movie made people think of what's to come. Like the incursion thing was really awesome. They talked about the timelines or the multiverse crashing into each other from Loki, from after they killed Kang, or He Who Remains, they kill him, and then you see the almost like the roots coming in crashing into each other. So those incursions happened a while ago, and it's funny because I think the Illuminati that's there, the 838, has been through incursions, and I think they destroyed the other planets, the other Earths, to survive, because it just seemed like they were really a black and white type of group. Like, there's no gray area.
Yeah.
They said, we're going to make a decision. Like, Captain Carter was like, no, we're going to make a decision on what we're going to do with you. And then Captain Marvel was like, when he says, well, what kind of Doctor Strange are you? And he said, I'm one that's alive. And says, what is she said, like, yet, or we don't know, or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're very much there
for now. That's what she said.
For now, yeah. And they killed their own Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what does that tell you about killing another Earth?
Yeah, they would be all for it. Yeah. Like I said, they have the experience with these incursions already. Yeah. So they kind of know what's going on and what to do about it. I don't know if Richard knows that storyline from the comics, but it's really good storyline, man. And if they're
not too much,
it's I think it's Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers. Yeah. So if they're going with that storyline, yeah, it's a great story arc. But we'll see, man. We don't know what they have planned. Like I said, next is like I said, Miss Marvel and then Thor. So yeah, I don't know. That's the thing about Phase 4 and Marvel, man. It's just a lot of unexpected things, and it's like, yeah, man, it's been great so far, man. What do you guys? I'm gonna do more rankings. Richard, man, I'll go with you first, bro. For out of these movies, man, these movies that came out, we got so far. We have Black Widow. We have Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. What's your rankings out of those so far, man? What would you give it?
Okay. Haven't really given much thought, but starting from the bottom, we're gonna go with Black Widow. Right? Yeah, that's a given. That's a given. Yeah. Come on, that's a movie. that movie came out 5 years too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go Eternals. Then we'll go Shang-Chi. And I just give Shang-Chi the notch on that because I really like martial art movies. So that's just more of a me thing. Oh, and the dragon scene. The dragon scene was just...
It was amazing.
That was dope. Then we'll go Strange and then No Way Home.
Nice. Yeah. I like your list, man. My list kind of echoes yours, but I'm going to switch Shang-Chi and Eternals, bro. I think when I look at Eternals, I watched it twice. Actually, almost 3 times now. I think the story is so different from Marvel. I think that's the theme of Phase 4 too. Is be different. Let's be different. People know what to expect from us, but now we're going to throw a curveball to you guys. Eternals was so unexpected, so different. People hated it, but when you actually watch it and say, not going to the mindset it's a Marvel movie, and you watch it, it's a good movie. Like the cinematography is amazing.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. I really enjoyed the movie. I just, as we said,
you like martial arts, yeah.
I like martial arts, and come on, Eternal should have been a show.
It should have been a show, and just for that fact that we wanted more from it, I think that gives it a little notch above Shang-Chi, because I like Shang-Chi was good, but it was like, it's just something that happened and that was gone. Eternals, like, I wanted more from those characters, more from that story. I wanted more. So I'll give it a little notch above Shang-Chi. Then, of course, Doctor Strange, I loved it a lot. I love the horror scenes from it. But Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the greatest superhero movies of all. Don't look at me, Mike. Don't look at me. Don't give me that look. One of the top superhero movies of all time is going to go down as that was one of the ones. Yes. The hype was ridiculous, and it delivered on the hype. Go ahead, Mike. Let's see what you got to say, bro.
Bottom of the barrel, Black Widow should not have been even released.
Oh, poor Black Widow.
You know why? It's 5 years late. It got blipped.
The movie got blipped. And they came back, and then
they're like, "Oh yeah, we gotta finish this movie."
But yeah, Black Widow is definitely at the bottom, unfortunately. Even though because I love the whole thing that Taskmaster was going to be in it. I really like that character. And again, nothing against that it was a woman playing the character. It was just the fact that you literally got nothing of them.
Yeah, one of the most underutilized villains like ever, man. Yeah, you're right.
So Black Widow, bottom of the barrel. I like the tone, but just bottom of the barrel, right? Then I'm gonna say my list is gonna be exactly like CJ's. It's gonna be Shang-Chi for the I mean, I love martial art movies, I really do. But I think and man, that dragon scene was really good. The
It was
CGI,
amazing.
we talked about that for a while, like how the CGI made that movie.
Yeah.
I know what's knocking it down for you. I know what's knocking it down for you.
Yeah, me too. I know.
I hate Trevor. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. And he was so big, such a big part of the movie. It was just absolutely unbearable.
I was actually going to say Aquafina. I bet you're going to say Aquafina just spoiled it for you.
No. she was next on the list because she had no business in that.
No business being a big spotlight in that movie, man. Yeah.
But Trevor is the reason why that movie was second to the bottom. Eternals. Now, when I watched it again, I think I gave it a 7.5. Right. I give it an 8.
Ooh, promotion.
Because I really like what they did with the developing of certain characters. I hated the sex scene. Dumb. Not, but like the development between the characters between Athena and Gilgamesh was just so strong. And I really love the little said character, the building of what was her name?
The girl? The speedster, yeah, Makari.
Makari, yeah.
And Druid.
Yeah.
That chemistry was just really good. Like the chemistry between love interests in this movie are by far one of the better ones. Even though Dina and Gilgamesh wasn't really like love, it was almost like a caregiver and their loved one in the family. But it was just really well done. Like I wanted more of that. I wanted to see more of Gilgamesh and Dina. It was really well done. And then, of course, I just love the speedster. I mean, they did it right. I mean, they did it right. The fight scene against Icarus is just really well done. I really enjoyed it, right? And the CGI was absolutely phenomenal. The Celestial. The Celestial at the end when he pulled Cersei. Just absolutely gorgeous. Like the CGI, the visual effects was just absolutely top tier. Yeah. I think it's up there with the dragon scene because the dragon scene in Shang-Chi could have made and break that movie. If it looked completely terrible, then that movie would have been really cringy.
Yeah.
And that would have been number 5.
Yeah. No, Black Widow is pretty terrible movie. And then Doctor Strange is number 2. And it's really unfortunate because I really wanted that to be really good. Now, I won't say that Spider-Man No Way Home, right? It's No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home is not one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. But it's no Logan. It's no Iron Man. It's no Captain Winter Soldier. It's not even a Guardians. Like, no, don't get me started. I think it just because it hits with nostalgia. That it's the first one to bring back old beloved characters.
Yeah,
and it's not, the story's okay. It's just nostalgia, and it was really well done, and I think it's just a solid movie. So that's my ranking.
One thing I will say though is with the CGI for this phase, like I said, they've been ridiculous. Doctor Strange CGI was pretty great too. I think I haven't heard many people talk about it, but it was pretty, man, like the zombie was amazing. Them going through all the, crashing through the multiverses, amazing. Visually, this movie was great. I would say visually is better than Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did like is that they didn't make Black Bolt's power stupid looking.
Yeah.
Because they could, depending on which way they went. And I mean, even the little slight details in how Professor Xavier's telekinesis or telepathy worked. You can see the waves. It really reminded me of in Spider-Man No Way Home when Doctor Strange hit him out of his into the astro form, and his spider sense was still working. How I told you can see the little strings kind of still attached.
Spider sense, yeah.
Like a puppet and a puppeteer. It was, the small details were there for me, and I really enjoyed that with Doctor Strange. Yeah, and I think you know what? That's another reason why it kind of wasn't the best in Phase 4, because it had so much that it needed to set up with all the little details that it's hard to. They were so worried about how to set up the table rather to worry about the food. Went for presentation and how to make people fruit for thought. Dropping little things like incursions, like dropping the Darkhold, the Illuminati, X-Men. Like, this is kind of what we talked about, how why we were happy that the Joker thing, deleted scene, didn't get put into the Batman. Is when it happened, tell me people weren't talking about the Illuminati as the movie was still going on.
Yeah, they were still talking about it. Yeah.
They were still talking about how they just got murdered.
Yeah.
Like, people were still talking about it or thinking about it. I know I was. I was thinking about it the whole time after the thought.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they put a lot into it, but I don't know. I feel like it was just done. I think it was done right. It's just, I don't know, some parts were just too corny for me. I will say it has one of the best fights with Wanda fighting the Illuminati, and it has one of the weirdest fights. I won't say one of the worst, one of the weirdest fights with the music notes, and they're fighting with the music notes and going back to each other, and the music was like blaring. It was like weird. It wasn't like, it was almost on the cringy side, but it was kind of cool to see how they can do that, because it's Doctor Strange. He's supposed to be strange.
I totally got Scott Pilgrim vibes on that.
Yeah, man. It's like it was just weird, but it was pretty cool to see that.
I think Mike is frozen on my end.
Oh no, yeah, there he is. Better. Yeah. You back? All right. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it was just. Oh snap! So yeah, the fight scenes were pretty cool, and like I said, visually was great. But I just think Spider-Man I don't know what can be Spider-Man out of this phase. Like I said, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, and that's it for the movies.
Is the only one that can beat it. I don't think Thor's going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's just going too much into the comedy cringy.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. For that storyline, no. Again, they're ruining it for me, just like they ruined Planet Hulk and World War Hulk and Thor Ragnarok. It was just too funny cringy when the storyline is not funny cringy. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same thing to me in this other movie. So
We'll see, man. I mean, we're just talking about the movies. What about the shows? All right. I mean, I think actually I want to know Richard's ranking for the shows. I kind of have an idea what he's going to say, but for the shows, what would you can pull the list out? Yeah. So, what's your ranking for the shows, Richard? What would you give from the bottom of the barrel all the way to the top?
Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Loki. Just kidding.
You're gonna be like, what?
You're like disconnected. You're out.
Right?
You're fired.
Cancel. Mute. No.
Are we including What If on this?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we?
Okay, because it ties in with Doctor Strange very, very closely. So, let's see.
He just wanted to know which one he was going to put on the bottom, and he's like,
again. Are we including Peacemaker? No, we're doing Marvel. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay. This is gonna be.
Are we including Book of Boba?
I think so.
It's Disney, but nah.
What about Mr. Incredible? Okay. Okay. It hurts me to say this to start off from the bottom of the barrel, but Hawkeye. That hurts me. That hurts. And Hawkeye is one of my favorite Avengers.
Was it the musical?
It just seemed too cheesy. Not that it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was bad, but if I have to rank it, then it's gonna be that's number 5, you know. And then I'm gonna go with Falcon.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Falcon, and it was really great. It was great. I know. The knockoff Captain America. It's it's hard.
Yeah. He's rocking your world mic off.
I know. I'm giving him goosebumps now. And then I'll go Moon Knight.
What?
Yep.
Man.
I'm gonna go Moon Knight. The way that they did the whole the mental health issue there. I mean, I think out of all of them, like Oscar Isaac's acting was just like tops everyone in the shows. Tops everyone in the shows.
Yeah.
Then I will go Wanda, and then I'll go Loki.
Wait, you're missing What If?
Oh shoot! Okay. Dang it! Dang, I forgot to put What If.
What If it was number 1? Now, okay, yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. Dang it! I forgot about What If. We were just talking about it. Okay. Hawkeye.
Dang.
What If?
Okay.
Falcon. Moon Knight. Wanda. Loki. I'm still debating about Loki and Wanda, but I'll just keep it at that. I'm just gonna say Loki on top, just because that's really the most pivotal change in this whole phase.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next. Yeah. You want me to go next? All right, man. It might look similar to Richard, man. I'm gonna say
there's not a lot there, so unless not too far off each other.
It's not gonna be too far off. So it's gonna be Hawkeye at the bottom. Then yes, What If? And some episodes of What If was really good though. Like the ending, and it was pretty good, man. Mm-hmm. Falcon and Winter Soldier. See, Falcon and Winter Soldier and What If I think can flip flop. If there were some episodes that weren't in What If, I would give it more. But I'll go with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then I'll go with Moon Knight. I will echo what Richard said about the acting of Oscar. It's been really, really great. He did a great job. He got a lot of hate for throwing in the accent for his for Stephen Grant, but I think that was a good choice to differentiate.
More hate for putting Jake Lockley as Hispanic.
Yeah. Okay. He got a lot of hate for his role, but I think he did a good job, man. Then I'm gonna go with Loki and WandaVision. I'll go with Loki and then WandaVision. I think WandaVision is number one just because it was just so freaking creative. Like ridiculously creative to have this show center around other shows and have a play on the name of Vision Television and the story behind it. Wanda, her character development, she's been the MVP of Phase 4, man. She's been the villain. She's been a person that you can really connect with and kind of feel for. She's been the spotlight of Phase 4, I think, so far. And so I'm going to go with WandaVision for number one show that we have so far. Until Miss Marvel comes and knocks it out the park. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Mike, man, what you got, man? What you got?
He's already gonna say Miss Marvel number 5.
It's not even out yet.
Oh, man. My bottom show. You know, it really sucks because Hawkeye it did something for me that I really wanted to hear, and that's make the Netflix series canon. And it really pains me that it brought in my favorite interpretation of the Kingpin, but yet it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
It really pains me. But it did feel rushed. The whole Echo and her love interest just didn't really sit right, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, Hawkeye.
Hey, we love Yelena.
I love
like
Yelena.
her too.
He likes Yelena, but I like Yelena. That's my girl, man.
So that's my girl. We're fighting.
Bottom of the show, Hawkeye. Even though he's the most grounded character, he was really well done. That show was well done, and it sucks because all these shows are pretty decent. They all brought something to the table.
They're all good. They're all good.
It's really hard to make this line, and the next one is going to be What If, right? What If for me was really great because I really liked the comic book line What If, and then I was really hyped, CJ, as you knew. I told you that What If could be it, like it could be one of the top shows, but it wasn't. It didn't live up to my hype. So that's next. And then after that, it's gonna have to be Moon Knight.
Oh wow.
It really was because of the beginning. The first 3-4 episodes, as you know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Even though I really believe that Jake Lockley was there from the beginning, like when they passed out and all those people were dead, that was Jake Lockley. That was not Mark Spector. And Oscar Isaac did a great job. Bless your heart, bringing the Mexican culture into someplace that it didn't belong. That character was never, just wasn't portrayed that way in the comics. But I appreciate it. I loved it. I loved a lot of the acting that he did. I loved the CGI was really great in the final season finale. I really liked that they brought in almost exactly comic book, like to the T, the ending scene with that stretch Rolls Royce with the license plate, that's straight from the comic book. Conchu with that nice clean suit and everything like that, straight from the comic book. Like that scene was like it, right?
Nice.
So third from the bottom, and then after that it's gonna be Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really like that show.
It's a good show, man. It's a good show.
I really liked it. I loved
Isaiah
Bradley and him getting brought into this. I love that they tackled racism the way they did. It was great. I really, really thought it was really well done. So top 3.
Now I think about it, I
No, no,
would
no, no,
probably
no, no,
switch.
no,
I would probably switch
no, no,
Falcon and Moon Knight.
no, don't start listening to me and what I have to say.
It's a good show, man. I
It's
can
a
watch it
really
over and
good
over
show.
again. Yeah.
I I loved it because it made me feel emotions from really hating the fake Captain America. Like I really disliked him.
You and the rest of
The
America
The actor,
hated him.
the way his smug look, like everything about him, I just disliked. Right?
It was just so douchey, man.
Yeah, and then, not to mention bringing in what's his name, the villain from Civil War,
Oh,
Zemo.
Zemo.
famous dance scene. Let's go, right?
Don't do that motion, dude. Don't do that motion.
Family show, family show, family show. I'm rolling dice. I'm playing.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
And then the racism that it tackled, and then the symbolism of the fake Captain America killing that man with the shield. Like
So good.
It was really well done. It's, even though it still felt rushed, with the whole thing with the villain in the story, but it was just too powerful of a series to be less than third on this list, in my opinion. Number 2 is going to be WandaVision. Now, I really loved WandaVision because of what it made me do, which is guess, not knowing what's going on. I really enjoyed the show. I really did. But number 1, as I stated when this phase 4 was coming out, I said the number 1 show will always be Loki. Because it took you on a ride from just him being broken down and then built right back up. Yet to show, these scenes like Miss Minutes, talk about scary. Like shut up, hi y'all in the last episode. It was the best jump scare in all of phase 4.
Really?
Yes, it scared the crap out of me because you weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
Expecting it at all. And not to mention, the different Lokis, the variants, the original Loki with glorious purpose. Like that scene was like, Loki's are really selfish, but that one, he sacrificed himself. Like he did the ultimate sacrifice. And that was really well done because he was, trapped in that planet by himself for years and years and years.
The void.
Yeah, and he was so alone that he finally was able to be with other people, that he decided to, sacrifice himself for everybody else.
Yeah, he was at peace, kind of. You kind of say. Yeah, he found his purpose.
Yep, find his glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose. Yep.
That's because Loki loves himself.
Literally, this show, he loves himself.
In love with a female version of himself.
And then they brought in Kang the Conqueror, the one who remains.
He who remains.
Yeah.
So it's almost like how Iron Man is my number 1 MCU movie. Iron Man was number 1 for me because it started so much. Not only that it started so much, but it was a great origin story from beginning to end. It was perfection. Just like Daredevil season 1, it was perfection. Well executed movie, TV show. This one set up everything for the multiverse. So how can it not be number 1? Yeah.
All the episodes of Loki 2 from beginning to end was really,
and the series itself had glorious purpose.
Yeah, it did the most impact on everything on phase 4 so far.
And here's another thing. Out of all the shows so far, that's the only show really that's committed to coming with a second season, right?
What
Is
If?
it?
We're gonna have a season 2.
Is there season 2 for What If? Okay.
Yeah.
And somebody pointed out that originally Marvel and Disney put down that it was the series finale for Moon Knight, but they changed it to season
finale. Yeah. So it's gonna be a season 2 of Moon Knight.
So
that's another question too. Do you guys want to see another season of Moon Knight, or you want to see a movie of Moon Knight?
no, give me a show. From now on, I'm like, give me a show.
No more movies. What do you think, Rich? Man, you want a movie of Moon Knight, or want to see him in the whole another series?
I think you've asked this before, and I just said yes.
Both. Yeah, you're right. I asked in the other podcast.
I think that was my answer.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so much going on in this phase 4. And I think Marvel's been doing well. I think they're trying to change it up, trying to give us more content. The phase 4 is very, very different from phase 1 through 3. Obviously, because we have shows and movies that are coming together. But the content has just been different. I think they've been trying to step up their game. Sometimes they, try to go big and they, miss the mark. But sometimes they actually come through, like they did with Spider-Man. But I've been liking phase 4 so far. The best content overall for me that I just really, really enjoyed from the shows and movies. It might be too easy to say just Spider-Man No Way Home. It was great. And in theaters, it was like, yes, every moment was like, yes. Especially the moment where him and Green Goblin fought. Amazing scene. Yes. But I might have to go with, do I want to say WandaVision? Just because it started off our own show. That was our first show that we actually covered on this channel. But I don't know, man. I think overall, I'm going to say Spider-Man No Way Home have been just the best thing that I've got this year from phase 4 so far. What about for you, Richard? Out of everything we got so far this year, what's been kind of the one thing you just really loved?
I've really been thinking about this. It was really hard, but I think I'm going to say what you didn't want to say, CJ. I'm going to say WandaVision. Wanda in general. Like you said, earlier you said like Wanda's kind of like the MVP. I wouldn't say she's like the MVP of phase 4, but she's definitely been probably one of the most important characters throughout this whole thing, because what did we really learn about Wanda? And to me, what I really learned is that she is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
She's in love with a robot.
Mm-hmm.
She's in love with a robot.
Yeah.
She's fighting for kids that don't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
She's grieving.
And she took over a whole damn city's minds. Like,
yeah,
the minds of a whole town.
It drove her crazy.
It's just,
but that's what Mike said too about this whole phase about love. It's kind of like love can drive you to the edge where you're just like, you're not yourself anymore. Like we saw in the movie Doctor Strange, like she locked up her real self in that, that crumbled up area of the house that, she locked up her real self, and it was this persona came out that's not really her, but she just wants something to hold on to that she can still hold on. That's part of her family and something that she loves. And it just drove her crazy to do things that she would normally do.
I mean, she didn't even have a Sokovian accent anymore. And
no, because that character's gone.
That character's gone, man. So
crazy.
Yeah, she's been the craziest.
Maximoff is gone.
Yeah, man.
Wanda's like Moon Knight.
She had those personalities. You're right.
Different personalities. My God.
Yeah, man. What about you, Mike? Overall, what's the one thing that you just really enjoy so far? Phase 4.
Overall.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, like this means that it doesn't have to be the top rated. Like I'm talking about the thing that I enjoyed the most.
Mhm.
Isaiah Bradley.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna go there.
Because
Nice.
that is such a moving and powerful story. It to me, it's just too well grounded and real. Wanda and her things, robots, magic,
Big
male
kids.
kids taking over towns and that sort of thing. It's just still part of fantasy, right? What Isaiah Bradley was talking about, take away the whole, serum and stuff like that. It was just something real.
Mhm.
Like if somebody told you that story that it happened, you could say, I can see that actually happening.
Mhm.
And the fact that they followed up that whole story of him with a police officer trying to pull over or interrogate Sam Wilson for doing absolutely nothing
Mhm.
was just ridiculously well done. Like I knew watching that Disney was not going to pull any punches with anything. And they really didn't with that. And Isaiah Bradley needs to be highlighted more. And I really hope that he comes back with more impactful stuff. When they bring up Iron Pate, I not yeah, uh,
Oh, the Iron lad, Iron Heart.
no, his nephew, or not his nephew, his grandson,
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
The Patriot or something like that.
So it's not
Yeah.
Iron Patriot. It's like Kid Patriot. I don't know what it is. But if they do bring him into the MCU as a superhero, I really hope he is like the one guiding him,
The
like
mentor.
his mentor. Because I think Isaiah Bradley could be. I wouldn't be opposed to him being the new Captain America. By that I mean the overarching moral compass. Even though he's still bitter,
Yeah, he's really bitter right now.
but I think with seeing Sam Wilson become actual Captain America, I want to see an arc where he lets go of his bitterness and sees the change that is needed,
Yeah.
right? And not raise his grandson to be so filled with hate.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed Isaiah Bradley. I really did. And when they showed the episode, I told you, CJ, it was absolutely amazing. And I loved it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I think we might see him again in Captain America 4. Might be cool to see.
I really hope so.
Yeah, and I think they'll bring him back. Yeah, man, this is Marvel's been doing great this year again. Can't wait to do more with them, see more with them, and throw events for them. Anything else you guys got about?
I really want to, and you brought it up, the Captain America 4 with Sam Wilson being Captain America. I really hope that that's the end of his arc where he dies for the country.
Isaiah or Sam? Isaiah?
No, not Sam. Isaiah. Like that he dies for his country.
Yeah, he again goes back into service for his country, which he originally did, but his country rejected him. But yeah, it'd be great to see him go back into service and his country says thank you. Finally. I guess that, yeah. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode of Superhero Sundays. Tune in next week. We're gonna do some more crazy, cool topics. Thanks you guys for tuning in. God bless. Peace out.